Hallo meine lieben Freunde, was geht ab, was muss, guten Abend, guten Tag, es ist dein Lieblings-YouTuber James Bray und ich reagiere heute auf the Berlin Wall, 1961 through 1989. Now, I actually don't really know an in-depth history of the Berlin Wall itself. Now, I do know it was a part or it had something to do with the Cold War, right? Something like that, I think. I would like to say it had something to do with the Cold War. If my memory serves me correctly, but maybe it didn't. I'm not informed. I'm not informed very well on what that was. I know that was a very significant part of Berlin's history, Germany's history. So if you guys are new to the channel, willkommen. If you guys are returning, willkommen zurück. We post videos every single day, and you guys give me suggestions. All I ask is that you guys abonniert diesen Kanal und like the video bitte. Subscribe and like the video, please, and that really means a lot. I guess I'm gonna be reacting to this, commentating on it, all that fun stuff. So let's just dive nose deep into this thing and see if I learn anything new, man. Which I'm pretty sure I will, because like I said, I'm not very informed of this whole matter. So I know it existed. I know the Berlin Wall was a pivotal point in history, but especially when the wall fell. But once again, the details were very hazy for me. So let's see what happens. Los geht's!
The Berlin Wall, 1961 to 1989, the Cold War.
Interesting.
The Berlin Wall would become a symbol of ideological division and suppression of human rights during the Cold War. It represented the Iron Curtain that separated Western Europe and the Eastern Bloc.
Interesting. I wonder, okay, my question right now, right, is there still an unspoken divide between West and East Berlin? When you go to Berlin, are people from West Berlin a little bit different than people from East Berlin? Is there still, not tension, but I guess just maybe a lifestyle difference? Maybe not even lifestyle, but how do I say it? A philosophical difference between the two sides of Berlin. Let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know.
In August 1961, the communist government of the German Democratic Republic of East Germany began construction of the wall and placement of barbed wire between West Berlin and the East.
Christ.
Its purpose was to stop Western fascists from entering the socialist state of East Germany.
Wait a minute, Western fascists? So that means the western part of Berlin was like a leftist society, right? Like they were very like right? They were very leftist, if that makes sense. Am I right? I don't know. I'm not
defections from east to west. It would continue to do so until November 9th, 1989, when the East German regime announced that its citizens had the right to cross the border when they wanted.
Nice.
The wall goes up.
Ooh.
When World War II came to an end in 1945, the victors came together at the Yalta and Potsdam conferences to split Germany into 4 Allied occupation zones. East Germany would go to the Soviet Union, while the western part went to the United States, Great Britain, and France.
Wow, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wait a minute. And that also makes sense as to why there's a lot of like, because I've heard from several friends that I have in Germany, right, that like there is a lot of Russian people that live in Germany and like particularly Russian people, right? And I'm like, oh, I mean, I didn't think anything of it. You know, it's a pretty big demographic, you know, because there's a big demographic. And it could be like just from something like that, you know. I mean, obviously the Soviet Union had at one point a lot of Germany. So that's interesting, man. That's actually very interesting. That's cool. I mean, I guess in a way, it's cool to know about, because I didn't know about this before. But I don't know, man. Such a deep history, dude. Such a deep history.
Even though Berlin was located entirely within the Soviet part of the country, the city would be split into 4 sectors in the same way. The Russians were determined to remove the United States, Britain, and France from Berlin. A Soviet blockade in 1948 attempted to starve them from the city. However, the United States and its allies...
Yeah. And they flew like ships, airplanes over the city of Berlin and dropped off like care packages and stuff like that. I do remember that. So like I said, I do remember bits and pieces of this point in history, but I don't remember a lot, like the details and stuff like that. Like there are a few things I said I remembered, but this is interesting. This is actually very interesting.
Assisted by dropping food and fuel supplies from aircraft, which became known as the Berlin Airlift.
The Berlin Airlift,
the booming
yeah.
Western sector, which was the showcase.
We actually low-key have to learn about this in the military. Like, that's probably why I know about this, but they didn't go into extensive detail. So seeing this is going to kind of open up the can of worms as to what happened specifically during this time.
Capitalism contrasted sharply to the economically poorer East. Many German refugees flowed from the East to the West, including highly skilled workers such as doctors, teachers, and engineers.
Interesting.
Between 1945 to 1961, 15 to 20% of the East German population had left to the West.
Dang.
Premier Nikita Khrushchev, leader of the Soviet Union, had had enough and gave the East German government permission to close Berlin's borders for good.
Dang.
On the night of August 12th and 13th, 1961, East German soldiers, the police force, and volunteer construction workers laid down barbed wire and a cinder block wall, which stretched over 100 miles.
What? Wait a minute. Did I miss something? But why? But why? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they just explained it because Western Germany was pretty much more progressive, right? It was more progressive than East Germany, and it provided like a capitalistic society, which is kind of what you want in a way, right? Like, kind of, right? Isn't it? I mean, that's what America is, and I think it's fine. I think it's perfectly fine. There's some caveats to it, but it's not terrible, right? But this is pretty interesting, dude. Like, I guess at some point the Soviet leader was like, "Nah, bro, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop with that." Which I don't understand why he would say that, but interesting.
As the decades went on, the wall developed into a more sophisticated one, featuring a series of tall concrete walls, electrified fences, fortifications.
Electrified fences, or did he say fortified fences? Go back.
Series of tall concrete walls, electrified fences.
Electrified fences? What? Bro, they treated this like Clash of Clans. This is crazy.
Fortifications and watchtowers.
Watchtowers too, bruh? Are you serious? So my question is this, and maybe they'll explain it, but what happened if you crossed the wall anyways? I mean, I know they made it impossible to cross, but if you crossed the wall anyways, what happened?
Escaping East Berlin.
Oh, maybe they're got it.
Now people would no longer be able to cross freely with ease to go to work or shop, as they had done before.
Damn.
Now, in order to get from west to east, they had to pass through border crossing.
Wait a minute. West to east. Oh my God, I got this mixed up, guys. I'm so sorry. So, people from the west were trying to travel to the east, and everything I said, just flip it around. I get it mixed up, man. I get it completely mixed up. I gotta like look. I'm gonna look back at what they were saying about this in a second.
The most famous were checkpoints Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. But there were several other border crossings.
Interesting.
Which checkpoints or border crossings could be used also depended on nationality, dependent on whether they were West Germans or foreigners or a status such as military personnel or diplomats. West Berliners or West Germans, as well as foreigners, could apply for a visa to get into East Berlin.
Wow, that's petty, yo. That's so petty. That's so petty.
East Berliners and East Germans, however, were not permitted to cross the border to West Berlin or West Germany.
Wow.
In October 1961, U.S. Chief of Mission in West Berlin, E. Allen Leitner, was stopped in his car by East German police. This prevention of access for American officials to East Berlin caused a standoff between American and Soviet tanks, which faced off at Checkpoint Charlie.
Whoa. Okay, listen. I know we came dangerously close to another world war, and people were I guess in a way, figuratively speaking, or maybe even literally, teasing a World War III possibly. But there's a treaty signed, right? And I forgot what year it was, man. I did all this research like a while back, but it was like a strategic arms treaty or something like that. It was like mutually assured destruction, right? If you use like nukes and stuff on each other, But like also in a case like this, right? You would literally blow both sides to smithereens if you just full out did this, right? If you actually decided to pop off tanks and stuff, you know, US and, you know, Russia, right? It wouldn't even matter, bro. Like, you'd be fighting over rubble at the end of it. Like, where would you get your resources from? I mean, you could fly them in and stuff, but bro, like, you would tear down everything. You would literally mow through your own people. But as you can see, something happened where that didn't happen.
For many hours, both sides stared each other down, waiting for their enemy to fire.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z episode, dude. They were just staring at each other and stuff like dun, 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 dun. Like the tension was rising. But that's insane that this happened, man. This is insane.
The potential for World War III was eventually averted when President John F. Kennedy contacted Nikita Khrushchev and convinced him to withdraw his tanks.
Wow, dude. If that never happened, somebody would have fired the first shot. Don't know who it would have been, but somebody would have.
The American tanks also backed away soon after. Armed soldiers patrolled the wall and would shoot anyone on sight attempting to escape.
That's what I wanted to know. That is exactly what I wanted to know. So anybody trying to escape the wall, right, would get instantly shot. Dang, that still seems incredibly oppressive, like super oppressive. That's insane. Like, bruh, it's so, like, it almost seems childish. Like, why? Like, bruh. Damn, I don't know. That's sad, bro.
Ditches, barbed wire, guard dogs, searchlights, and minefields were also set up to prevent escape attempts. Buildings overlooking the wall were demolished or had their windows bricked up so that people could not escape by jumping from them.
Wow.
At least 171 people were killed trying to cross the wall.
171 people. What? What? Yo, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. They were not playing around, bro. They were not playing around. Like, that, oh my God, dude. That's scary, bro. See, my earlier statement, I said that it was cool that I learned about this, right? Because I didn't know about it before. I don't think the situation's cool at all. Like, I don't want people to get confused, because I know a hell of people are going to be in the comments. He said it was cool? What? He said it was cool? No. Just no confusion. Like, I know I said, like, oh, dang, like, I didn't know that. That's cool. Like, when they were talking about the separation of Germany and da-da-da. It's not cool that they got separated that way, right? But it's just cool to know about something like that, because I want to be educated on this, because this is such a significant part in world history, not just German history, but world history, because this almost popped off something massive worldwide, because, you know, the US is linked up, bruh. So is Germany. So it would have been a hot ass mess, bro. And then the crazy thing is, Germany would be split in half. Like, half of Germany would be fighting against another half of Germany. Well, I think there would be a larger portion of Germany fighting against a smaller portion of Germany. So it'd be like the Allied forces fighting against the Axis powers, almost like again, you know. But with some minor corrections to that.
But this didn't mean that escape was impossible. Hundreds of East Germans tried to escape across the wall, including by flying in a hot air balloon, by zip line,
what?
On a tightrope.
Bro, what? This is insane. And people actually successfully made attempts. Like, these are successful attempts.
In a car without a windshield.
What?
By swimming and through a tunnel.
What?
President John F. Kennedy visited Berlin on June 26, 1963. He made a speech known as Ich bin ein Berliner.
He says, I am a Berliner. But I heard, I actually heard that this literally translates to I am a donut. So, well, this is a serious speech, because the Berliner is a donut, bro. It's basically a donut, man. So when he's like, Ich bin ein Berliner, you know, people are like, you're a what, bro? You're a what, my dude? Oh, bro, yo, crazy. Somebody brought that up. Maybe it was like somebody like, that is hilarious though. Like, I mean, the speech obviously is serious, but the Ich bin ein Berliner is like, I am a donut. I know what he meant. Like, I'm one of you guys, but bro, a Berliner is literally a fucking donut.
Referring to himself as a Berliner in spirit. as a way of ensuring that the United States would fully support West Berliners and Germans.
Imagine that. It's like a German political candidate coming over here, right? And then they say something, like they try to like speak English, and they're like, I too am a hot dog. And they're like, we get what you mean, but damn.
This would be a big morale boost. But while President John F. Kennedy protested, he realized a wall was better than war.
True.
On June 12, 1987, U.S. President Ronald Reagan arrived in West Berlin for its 750th anniversary celebration. Okay. In his speech at the Brandenburg Gate, he challenged Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the wall.
Nice. All right. And that's pretty much what, like, sparked the idea of, bro, like, just let them live in harmony, dude. Like, what's wrong, man?
The fall of the wall.
Fall of the wall.
On November 9th, 1989, with the Cold War thawing and political changes happening across the Eastern Bloc.
That's what, bro, that right there. Okay. I'm going to pause right there and, like, say something real quick. I think every close call, right, as far as major wars that could have possibly happened or crazy differences or anything, it's crazy because I think that when political candidates change, it changes literally everything. It changes literally everything. Like, because I feel like there should be term limits, right, worldwide for political parties and stuff, right? Because you have political candidates that were making policies for their time, you know? Like when they got, you know, elected into their specific positions or whatever, right? Like they were making decisions and choices for the time period that they got elected in. But then, like, you know, they stay in that position for an infinite amount of time. They're still making policies that would have been, in their opinion, the best policy for when like 20, 30 years ago, you know? And I just think it's ridiculous because we can't move forward as a global society if we have boomers, dog, running the goddamn world because they don't know what the world needs, because the world is constantly evolving, which means the political candidates should be constantly evolving as well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm making too much sense, but I just feel like that right there is just like it's critical, because I feel like the younger generation understands the younger generation better than the older generation. The older generation still has problems that won't be fixed because they're all set in their ways, like the whole like the racism issues and the you know, you got some capitalistic issues, I guess, here and worldwide, and you got you know, economic issues and da, right? There's things that people refuse to see eye to eye on that are adults, like they're like super adults, they're boomers, they're old, you know. And then you got like the younger guys, like the younger people. Like, yes, I'm not saying we agree on everything, but I feel like we see eye to eye on more things than the older people. So it's crazy. I don't know, like, you guys let me know in the comments down below if you agree, but I just feel like having a younger generation of political people would probably be the best thing the world needs. You know, informed, educated younger people. I'm not just saying throw anybody in them seats, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, if the most informed people we have are older people, then keep them there, you know? But from what I've seen, there's been a lot of controversial things happening globally because of people who have been in the same political seat for like a couple decades, you know, which is, I think, is ridiculous.
The East German government announced that all GDR citizens could visit West Germany and West Berlin. Günter Schabowski, the East German communist official who was the unofficial spokesman, had announced a new freedom of travel for East Germans to the West, in that they could apply for visas from the state agency in an orderly manner. In an unprepared interview, after not having all the information, he said to journalists, "We have decided today to implement a regulation that allows every citizen of the German Democratic Republic to leave East Germany through any of the border crossings."
Nice.
And when asked when this would take effect, he responded, "According to my information, immediately, without delay."
Wow. Wow.
From this interpretation, thousands of East Germans gathered around the checkpoints and the wall, creating a party atmosphere. Then the crowd of East Germans crossed the border and climbed onto the wall, celebrating with West Germans on the other side. People
That's nice. And that's why there's those iconic pictures of people breaking the wall from each side, man. That's super
down
dope.
the wall with hammers, and soon with the help of bulldozers, it was pulled down.
Nice.
The reunification of East and West Germany was made official on October 3rd, 1990.
That's nice.
Subscribe to our channel for more animated history videos.
That's amazing, man. A lot happened. A lot happened. People were going through a lot during that time period, and I'm glad I got to, you know, really explore the details of all of that. And I don't know, it's interesting. I definitely I don't know. I'm fascinated by history around that time. I know a lot of people, especially in America, that I know personally, including myself, were kind of just interested in learning more about World War II history and stuff, because I think that was probably the most significant war the world has ever seen. I mean, there was World War I, but if we're being real, it's pretty, like, it's forgettable when you compare it to World War II. Because World War II stands out. I guess it's more recent. It's the most recent massive, like, global war we've had, you know, and it's scary because there's so much that happened worldwide, you know, hence the word World War, that has impacted how we function today. And the events from that particular war have put in place laws that are actively trying to prevent another war on that scale. So it's insane, man. It's insane. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Yes, your boy's ignorant. Yes, I need to learn more, and and I will. But it's been a pleasure checking this out with you guys. And until the next time I see your beautiful faces again, bis später, Leute, ciao. Hey, what's up? Did you guys subscribe to the channel? Did you subscribe to the channel? Well, if you haven't, make sure you do that. Also, we do have a Discord. The Discord link is always going to be in the description down below on any of my videos, and it's dope. What we do on Discord is pretty simple. A lot of you guys I'm collecting you guys from a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different places, and you guys want to teach me a whole bunch of stuff. You guys can join the Discord and teach me anything. You can send me any kind of messages and stuff. You can actually post memes. You could participate in the community and just make friends. Just go ahead and join the Discord and see what kind of situation you're getting into for yourself. Also, there's going to be some giveaways in the future. There's going to be some giveaways, but to create some incentive for that, I need you guys to follow me on Instagram. Are you guys following me on Instagram? You know what my Instagram looks like? Probably don't know what my Instagram name is. It's right there. Just go ahead and check it out. Check it out. Check it out. It's dope. Just follow me on Instagram. I do live streams every day. I try to, you know, engage with you guys in every way possible. I know not a lot of creators are very engaging with their fan base. I try to be engaging. So just go ahead and check it out. There's no harm, no foul. Follow me on Twitter too. I honestly am trying to grow my Twitter, but I don't really post that often on there. But when I do, you guys will be the first to see whatever post those will be. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys want shout outs or whatever, I don't know, we have a lot of upcoming independent artists that have been hitting me up as of late. I might create a series where I favor my international independent artists and stuff, and I might promote you guys for free, but it might just be 1 or 2 a week, you know, and you guys can give me some feedback on that. But all to say, follow me on my social medias. All right, if you guys aren't doing that already, you need to do that because that's a pretty big deal. I'll see you guys later, but enjoy the content I create. It's gonna be random reaction videos, a lot of everything. Reaction videos, vlogs, challenges, cooking videos, gaming videos, anything you guys suggest when you join my Discord or message me on Instagram. But I'll see you guys soon. Take care, follow me. Peace!